which I replied, I guess you better kick off in the winter then. Did I curse you then? Make thin the walls and quicken the pressure until it finally broke through the veins running to and within your brain, settling in for a long winter, this bitter December weather rivaling your reputation. You were 44 when I was born, likewise the eldest and only daughter, matriarchs we. You have always looked the same once your hair turned white, save the shock above your ears turned perennial green from the chlorine from the pool I learned to swim in. You have never, until now, seemed fragile. Even now you are not as frail as my mother's china, no, more like the cake plate you had me choose out last spring when last I visited. The cut glass designs remind me of the December weather as plots lodge themselves in your cranial capillaries. Happy Holidays just doesn't seem to cut it. To cleave it the way that family cleaves to and away from each other in their mother's wake. She is awake and alert, the text read, the fervent posts that leave everything important out, like how to love one another and what to do next. What to do now that on a good day it's only 15 transfers. Bed to chair to toilet to chair to chair to chair to toilet to chair to chair to chair to toilet to chair to toilet to chair to bed until the days flow together like the menstrual cycles of your staff after months of working together day in and out and up and down and 1, 2, 3, lift. We move like dancers, clumsy and off balance, trusting our weight in history. I will not let you fall. I may not make it all the way behind your back teeth before handing you the cup, telling you to rinse, knowing you'll complete this ritual twice, spitting toothpaste and small bits of supper into the bedpan held to your chin before grinning as you begin to ask me where to next. It's been a good day. Only 15 transfers. The longest reached upward of 27, interspersed with the dispersal of human waste. I wash your pants out with the hose to keep from vomiting. I hide the evidence behind the bushes. Let the rushing waters wash your sins away. Those days you apologized too much for the things that were too much for me to bear, that were never your fault. Knowing full well your fault lay in never apologizing for the things that were. I haven't called you since I left. Could not bear to hear you say how much you miss me. Could not answer when you asked when I'd be coming back. I have no answer now, since my ticket has been transferred 15 times, and I find myself again at the beginning of the end of this long line of strong Southern women learning how to love. That was actually 2 poems written over the course of about a year and a half. The first was written when the strokes occurred. It wasn't finished until it was finished, you know. But that's my grandmother. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, I do come from a long line of strong Southern women. I do come from Alabama, Gadsden to be exact. Gadsden, Alabama has a mountain. They call it the mountain. If you live on the mountain, you live on Lookout Mountain. The mountain. Lookout Mountain, with its base laid, intertwined with my kudzu-crusted roots, is the longest single mountain in the U.S., they say. It only spans 3 states. They say from its peak you can see 7. Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, and the Carolinas north and south, but still not all the way west to Kansas. We were always so far away from ever being family. My granddaddy was a fireman up on Lookout Mountain. His base, the mouth of a falls named for a broad-footed Indian princess who dashed her father's hopes on the boulders below rather than have her love sold or never given. I fed geese in those headwaters. The ground was lava, only the stones were safe, and still you were never there. How many many drives traversing 7 states back to the spine of that mountain only to never see you? Bury yourself in a cave in Chattanooga under the fall foliage, smoke smudged by the surrounding mountains ranging. It's still not halfway from this home on the range, but I can meet you there, barefoot at the mouth of this underwater waterfall no one has thrown themselves from for love. I will leave down the backside, gravel switchbacks pitching in the black night. Throw me from your iron bridge. Ride the ridge from Gadsden to Tennessee Street and Lawrence, find me. Everywhere is haunted. All the old homes, no longer mine, drop the horizon. Meet me at Lookout Point. Leave your ghost stories for the fire. Stop making lies seem so beautiful. Stop building sandcastles on the gulfing shores of exaggerated histories. You made yourself a mystery to me. You can see that from the peak of this mountain you could never cross for me to bring your barred tales of knights and quests, your trumpet call. I'll scatter your ashes in the sea, far from any mountain that could ever look out on me. So it wasn't an unbumpy road and a beautiful couple of years. It was a lot of pain and hurt, and not that I believe that I did this to myself by any means, but there are certain things. Somewhere in between staying with my grandmother, getting kicked out of Oklahoma, and losing a very, very good and close friend. Who actually, this has been cathartic for me. This is an individual I worked with for a number of years who was very artistic and creative. Did a lot of work with light and film. Making that mask put me back in like emotional contact with Michael. But losing Michael was rough. It was quick. It just happened. And I wasn't here. I was in before the. But, I had been, I finally got into school. I finally had a career that I thought was kind of important. I finally done this, and nothing. I felt like I was dying inside. My joy for life was gone. All of these things, and I didn't know why, and I couldn't place my finger on it. But I knew it was wrong, and I knew, that I was changing my life. I was moving for more, and I was moving to a new place. And I was gonna have to find a way to fix it. I was at a music festival in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, and I remember laying in a tent, holding myself, and begging the universe for whatever it would take to get me back to this person myself where I could enjoy and live my life. And that was before the breakup and the strokes and the death and the death and the death and the death. And we're talking to Megan at one point and saying, sometimes the universe comes and takes everything. That's happened to me a couple of times. Sometimes the universe comes and takes everything from you, rocks you down to your core, and you got to figure out how to build it back up. But I remember telling her, I was like, I don't think it's taking everything this time. I've got this and I've got everything. It took everything, and then it came to my words. And I somehow let myself get sick enough that my skin literally turned outside in and became empty. And so that makes it really, really important to be able to find ways back out of that. And there are ways. And I'm going to ask y'all for y'all's ways too. That's why some of there's been stations up here around, help me heal. What are the things that you do that are part of your life that keep you sane and grounded, and all of those things. Challenge me. Give me something to do. 5 gratitude entries a day, or post a poem on Facebook every day for a week. Just something that I can dig my teeth into. Poetry tag is one of those things that was always helpful for me too. And especially long distance, because I can text. Well, Megan and I put poetry tag a lot, but she's not the only one. You just text somebody, write it, whenever you're done, and then they pick up on it. And so with your permission, I'd like to read one of the poems that came out of a poetry tag session. Oh, yeah. I walk around like I own the place. It doesn't keep the floors from creaking like it used to. Barefoot, bows, rickety boards, playing out a storybook, plum pits stuck to night's t-shirt. I stand all sticky-fingered and salt-encrusted eyelids, wondering themselves open in the creaking doorways, searching for yesterday's torches, reaching somewhere. Not sure if it's over the rainbow. I try my grandmother's bridge on my teeth. I squeeze shut and try to count sheep. The inside of my eyelids see that I love you doesn't mean I want to be here. But ghosts can't tell the secrets they haven't been told. I'm too old to play possum convincingly. I'm at a loss for words to describe the loss of losing you, and I am not through. I will crochet your hair into tiny hearts drawn out on even smaller graph paper so we won't miss our exit. Backwards in rumble seats, grief-soaked Kleenex like an old rug stitched between your fingers. The lingering remains of days stain your fingertips. You soak them in bleach water, white swirling obliterations of finger whorls, branding you've forgotten. I wear your words under my clothes. On my skin is a memento. I play luck, 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 truth, running not in circles but freely. No more swallowing my own tail just to get somewhere. I turn full force and bolt for the unbolted doors, floorboards creaking, croaking, stoking fires, and eking out a living of leaving, a legacy of left-handed compliments, cleaving the night air, flow your tired air. Stack it on plates. Don't be concerned it's only Saturday. Let your blood beat the cast iron bird. Let the cast iron bird weigh down the garden of your words. Let the garden of your words go forth and multiply. Let the garden of your words bear fruit, to be harvested by black-tipped ravens of ravenous fealty. Beauty beating brave under the chest plate of ridicule. Be patient with all that's still unsolved. Try to enjoy the questions themselves and look like homesick something for wild memories. Knowing that homes are meant to be left for returning to, the key left under the mat, the door frame unbolted, left wide, for unhinging memories to impinge upon the remnants of long ago lost constellations. Lightning bugs collect in front porch bottles, illuminating windows, drawn on ankles and spirit, and long-legged animals to help you step out in the shit to hit the ground running. Now, I probably stuffed out whose words or who's in there, but the longer that I hold on to that poem and go back to it, the harder it is. Yeah, I mean, that's just texting, just text it back and forth. No, just play with it, just keep it going. So, okay. I believe that those were the salient points that I wanted to really kind of touch on. Like I said, I got focused on the visual and the getting stuff done, and the steroids, and the not killing people. I was like, I know how to talk. I'll just get up here and babble at you for however long and read a couple poems. That's the easy part. Until this morning when I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I was curled up around here, and crying loud. So it's okay. It's totally worth it. So. I think what I'd like to do is I'm going to read a couple of pieces just for practice. And then I'm going to open it up if anybody's got any questions or whatever. And then I did have someone who asked if they could read it. If there's anyone that wants to come and read something, I will open the floor up after that. Do not feel obligated. Otherwise we can just hang out. But yeah, I just want to throw some poetry in your face and let you know that where I am today is is I'm ready to move into healing practices. I'm ready to take my life into those next levels of not chaos, not crisis, because I have been in full-on chaos crisis for 3 months. I know, because I know what my body does in crisis. It stuffs every cigarette, beer, piece of food, anything. It continually stuffs things into my mouth and will not stop. Which is fine, because when they take me off the steroids, I will lose my appetite. So I am kind of bulking up right now, because I did with the last titration they took me off of, I lost 15 pounds in a week. And I'm not real happy with my fat face right now, but whatever. I don't know what that was all about. Where I'm at right now is I can focus on not cancer and maybe other things until April 3rd. April 3rd is the next day I go back to the doctors, and we put it all on one day. So I get 9 o'clock in the morning, we do an MRI, and then we go to radiology, and then we go to oncology, and then I follow up with psych, because you gotta make sure my mental health is taken care of as well. And we'll see, if the swelling is down in my brain and we can stay off the steroids, then the next step is to move forward with immunotherapy. Touching back just real quickly on my carb choices and scary stuff. It is hard and it is scary, but like my biggest fear that I was told that this was what I would be dealing with my life are things that I don't necessarily have to realize. My first biggest, or I do. My first one was they were going to put me on steroids. And I'm triggered by that because some experiences I had with my stepfather when he was on steroids for cancer when I was 14. He wasn't the nicest individual to begin with, and when I found out that he had cancer and that they were putting him on steroids, my immediate response was, now he has an excuse. And was I tortured? No. Was I, beaten, bloody on, or anything like that? But it just, he was already a jerk, and now that just didn't make it any easier. So steroids was scary for me, the idea of that, because I didn't want to lose control of myself. Scarier options are things like chemotherapy, because I don't want to be sick. But chemotherapy is not effective against melanoma, so it's something that I may not have to do. Radiation, losing my hair, happened. They didn't make me sick. Maybe it works. Radiation's not real effective on melanoma either, but we got to use it, and that's why we're not radiating everything. Surgery doesn't work; it'll come back. But we radiate the brain because that's number one. But if we can get that stable, then we can move back to immunotherapy, and if my brain tumors are stable, completely stabilized, I become eligible for clinical trials to supplement. So that's where I'm going forward from here, and how to with all of it all. But yeah, I just want to read a couple more for you guys, and then I'll open it up and let you guys do. No pirate mode today. But I did find a couple yeah, I guess I'll just do a couple. I'm sure everyone's heard some version of this at one point or another, but these were the, if I ever got slammed, these were the slammed. But, one is, I declare my independence from fear. I cannot afford to be afraid to pay the fare for my fair shot. That's not why I'm here. I want the whole lot of it. I want the whole world to just wake up already and rise above it. But above all, I want to be recognized by the law and all its protection. But above all, I want to be recognized by my family and neighbors and all my relations, because all our relationships are sacred. I want to create a safer world for all the fabulous boys and girls and all the both and the neither. I want a wiser world willing to stand up and fight for one another, whether it's your enemy, your sister, or former lover, and regardless of whichever other box they make you check. It's time to get on deck, get on board, put down the blazing swords you fashioned from the blasphemed meanings of teachings teeming with the messages of love. Rise above and meet your true Savior in savoring the only thing that's real. Love without fear. That's why I'm here. And I am not ashamed that it is my aim to reclaim this unnamed territory, clearing out the lost spaces. I seek out the traces of near meaning, gleaning my insights from the light of your mighty embers, seaming together the teeming dismembers of our collective souls so that we might remember a world beyond class, race, or gender roles, a world full of holes, not holes, and perfect fitting. A world perfectly fit for giving ourselves to, but I am not through reclaiming the marred and maimed pieces of you and of me and of just us, reclaiming justice from the rusted out buckets of this bustling ruckus that shouts you to silence, inflicting the violence of your soul's reaction to life in a world without community or compassion. I am here to fashion a new world in the wake of your dissatisfied hatred, transform it into something sacred and wholly ours. Ad astra per aspera means to the stars through difficulty. I have difficulty reconciling what remains of the world I was promised as a child. We have let our desires run wild and run amok, and it's time we started giving a fuck about the world we're creating. The debate is over. I'm tired of waiting. Aren't you tired of the hating and the judgment? Sating yourself at the expense of nature and birthright? Aren't you tired of living in this eternal night? Let me know when you get so tired that all you can do is fight for what's right in front of you, right here. Love without fear, unashamed, reclaimed, and revered. Your reverence to the irrelevance of upward mobility is a full-fledged futility. It wastes your ability. I'll wait for you willingly to stop and declare independence. Do not grieve or mount defenses. Your sentence has been deemed unjust. Do not rest within the reluctance of your self-imposed cell. You determine the space between heaven and hell. Use it well. Talk about stuff, it really is that, like, yes, I've been facing my own mortality. No, I don't feel like I'm walking through a death sentence. Yes, it does make me think about things differently. Yes, it frustrates the living shit out of me, and sometimes I feel like everybody's wasting my time, and I don't have the time for it to be wasted. And it does put things in a different perspective, but it is no different. And it is no different than it was 6 months ago. The only difference is the knowledge.